What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and this Christmas we are going to start the Mobile Suit Gundam War in the Pocket manga. I say start because the mangaka Hiroki Tamakoshi was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and stepped down after only finishing 18 chapters. We will eventually cover the Ikehara Shigeto manga as this is completed, most likely next Christmas. In this episode, we will see the Cyclops team carry out a mission pre-Operation Rubicon. We will also be introduced to the Earth Federation Ground Forces Montana base, who gets a new pilot and a new Gundam. So let's get into this. Two masked men are torturing a young man. He notes that it has been 1 month since Makuve left Earth, but ultimately he no longer has any sense of time. An officer with an eye patch and a French bulldog shines a light on the prisoner. They want to know the location of Makuve's remaining mining bases. We recently re-released our Odessa video where we learned that Makuve's mining bases stripped Earth of a lot of its metal, which would allow Zeon to continue fighting for 10 more years, at least in terms of resources. He didn't factor in that you'd need soldiers to use those resources. Also, the proliferation of Luna titanium and titanium ceramic composite probably didn't help either. That being said, there are still many Zeon remnants out there, so they are surviving off of something. The soldier claims to just be an accountant that was promoted to major, which seemed to be just for show. He was the one cooking the books at Odessa, so he is very much a person of interest. He says that there are subdivisions of budgets that they wouldn't understand. He is tired of this game. EFF brings in some Zeon NCOs in front of a firing squad. They're going to play a little game. If you wondered how to tell Zeon non-commissioned officers from officers, it's the stupid black cape thingy. This is Caecilia's youth team, which we saw a little bit in Igloo Apocalypse. They are all underage soldiers. He says that from now on, for every minute that EFF's time the prisoner wastes, they will kill one of these child soldiers. One kid sigs at Zeon, and a firing squad shoots and kills him. 1 minute and another will be killed. He begs them to stop as they are just kids. The firing squad shoots another one. Some of the kids begin crying out for their lives. They shoot a few more and stop for the day. As the commander with the French bulldog leaves, the two masked soldiers continue their torture. However, one of the masked men snaps the neck of the other while he wasn't looking. He takes off his mask. It is Hardy Steiner, captain of the Cyclops team. He is getting the prisoner out of here. The prisoner yells at him for just sitting back while Zeon children were killed. He says to shut up or he will die as well. A Musai-class ship is orbiting Earth. The Komsai detaches and enters Earth's atmosphere. Piloting the Komsai is Garcia. Like in the anime, he also puts up pics of babes in his cockpit. Misha and Andy are on standby in their mobile suits. Misha begins panicking because he thought he forgot his lucky flask, but he eventually finds it and takes a swig. Like the anime, Andy is combing his hair. Once they enter into Earth's atmosphere, they are met with two core boosters. They fire Sarah, or semi-active radar homing missiles. The Komsai responds with anti-air turrets. They can't seem to shake the missiles. Garcia fires some flares. They detonate the missiles that do minor damage to the ship. The cargo on the Komsai is too heavy and slowing them down. Andy tells Garcia to open the hatch at the bottom and the top of the Komsai. As the core boosters fire off another round of missiles, a megaparticle cannon blasts through the top of the hatch and splits one of the core boosters in half. The other core booster heads under the ship, but Misha in his GOG uses his claw arms and reaches out to the core fighter, crushing it. Garcia releases Andy's Ram Zagok and Misha's GOG. The EFGF base spots the two on radar. They dispatch the defense team. The prisoner is starting to realize how important Makuve's mining base is. They prepare for their escape. The Ram Zagok discharges smoke screens and creates a tidal wave as they come out of the water. The gyms defending the base are caught off guard. The MSM-07 Ram Zagok is the product of perfecting the Zagok, which is considered the best amphibious mobile suit from Zeon. Even though it was considered the best, it still had one hilarious flaw. When Zagoks stab through ships, they tend to get stuck and end up becoming a casualty in the process. The iron nails were replaced with a spike shield, and the arms, shoulders, and backpack were modified. The spike shield acts as a buffer to prevent the unit from piercing too much. The spike shield also makes for a good close combat weapon. Other weapons include a heat ram and a megaparticle cannon like the original Zagok. The Hygog stabs through one GM and blasts through another. They are informed of this new unit that EFF seems unaware of. Type 61 tanks come to back them up. and he calls the gym pilots amateurs. Misha and the GOG is able to do some damage to the gyms. The Ramzagok comes in and they both double team the final gym, making sure to do a sweet pose in the process. Fires spread throughout the base. EFF goes to fight the fires. Steiner and the accountant prisoner run into 2 EFF soldiers. He throws a knife into one of the soldiers' eyes and shoots the other one. They enter into the facility the 2 soldiers were guarding. It happens to be the remaining Zeon Child soldiers. While Steiner frees the soldiers that are alive, the accountant prisoner cries about the soldiers that are dead. Steiner ignores him. He contacts Misha. They are guarding the Komsai that landed on EFF tarmac and awaiting their next orders. They continue to push through when they are met with the base commander with the French Bulldog. This is straight up a Bond villain, by the way. EFF surrounds Steiner and the prisoners. Steiner says, "Watch out for the little one," referring to the dog. That is when Misha crashes through the building and slices through all the EFF soldiers besides the base commander. After this, Hooligans and Moon Gundam, these amphibious mobile suits with razor blade claws, have become the scariest and most menacing mobile suits in my eyes. Blood pours out everywhere. This is a pretty brutal manga. Steiner looks at the accountant prisoner. He cocks his gun and hands the weapon to him. Steiner says that he now has the power, but he must make the choice for himself. No one is coming to save the base commander. The prisoner yells out and shoots the commander. Blood splatters all over the poor French Bulldog. I can't show that panel. Garcia is sad to abandon the Komsai. They set it up to explode and they escape in a tiny sub. The GOG grabs the sub like a football and it and the Ramzagok make their escape. Once they get to a safe distance, they detonate the Komsai and the base goes up in flames. The remaining child soldiers are crying. The accountant's heart is beating like crazy. He wants Steiner to take the gun away from him, but he tells the accountant to keep it. Earlier, he told the accountant prisoner, "Once you kill, there is no going back." He says this gun is a reminder that there is no going back. He welcomes him to hell. The Cyclops team were nihilists in the anime, but this takes it up a notch. This team, or at least Steiner, is truly dead inside. What did he see during the 1-year war that made him this way, I wonder? EFGF Montana base. A commander and his underling is talking about an experimental Gundam. There is also a consecutive program being developed called the G4 Project. The G4 Project includes advancements such as the 360 panoramic monitor, the first of its kind, at the time of course. Other breakthrough technologies from the G4 Project include the first ball escape pod as well. This is all being developed at the Antarctic base, which the commander has his eyes on. The experimental unit will arrive from Jaburos soon. So one will be going to Antarctica and one will be going to Montana. The commander says he is being polite to General Cohen to appease Revel, who has about 2 weeks to live before being vaporized. A ground gym and a gun tank move out. The RGM-79G GM ground type was developed before any of Amado's data was integrated into the gym. Because of this, their battle data comes from the RX-79G ground Gundam that we saw in 8th MS team. It uses Luna Titanium and is said to perform better than the ground Gundam and can even surpass Grandpa Gundam under Earth's gravity, according to the Master Grade Instruction Manual at least. Unlike the ground Gundam, the gym ground doesn't have chest Vulcans. Also, the EZH shows that many parts of the GM ground and Gundam ground can be interchangeable, though it would remove the Luna Titanium, which gives it the upper hand. It is equipped with a beam saber, a 100mm machine gun, the 90mm bulb-up machine gun, a shield, and all of the other weapons that a standard gym can equip, which is quite a lot. This was also seen in Code Fairy as well. There is a Jeep keeping pace with the 2 mobile suits. They begin dominating on the Zeonic front. Marguerite's gym and Chuck's gun tank are averaging a hit rate of 90%. This seems to be the team that will be inheriting the G4 project. The 2 get some rest. One of the gym's legs are destroyed and has to go. The mechanics call the gym pilot a prima donna. The gun tank gets out and tells the mechanics to get him schematics on the Alex armor. Alex stands for Armored Layers Experimental and is a special form of Shoban armor. The gun tank pilot is certain that they can defeat the enemy with Alex. He seems to be confusing the RX experimental line with the Alex experimental armor line. I think this was supposed to be a joke. Ha, ha, ha 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 ha. The mechanics begin fighting with the gun tank pilot. The soldier driving the Jeep earlier seems to be their commander. He tells them that they are getting a new pilot soon. A big boy mechanic named Rocky-san begins fighting with the gun tank pilot, and chaos ensues. Everyone at the base reports to the airfield to welcome the G4 project. A C-88 Medea lands at the base. They help unload the supplies, while the rest of the base welcomes General Cohen. Everyone notes that there is a woman with him. The base commander welcomes Cohen as well. He wonders if they have a a pilot in mind for this new Gundam. Cohen says that she should be tending to the Gundam now. Everyone gathers around the G4. The G4 is one of the G4 Project mobile suits. It is very similar to the NT1 but has increased Alex armor and a new large backpack. Weapons include a beam saber and a Gatling gun. Not too much is known about this unit, and considering the state of this manga, I doubt we'll get much. The pilot gets out to reveal that it is Christina McKenzie. The date is November 11th, UC 0079. The commander of this unit would have no idea what would happen a month later. We cut to a month later. This commander is running towards a downed Alex Gundam crying out for Chris. This is First Lieutenant Yuki Nishioka, and this is his account of the G4 program, the Cyclops team, and Operation Rubicon. And that will do it for this episode. If you thought the opening of War in the Pocket was amazing, then you will love this mission post-Operation Rubicon. I would love to see the scene with the Cyclops team animated. Make it happen, UC Engage. This is perfect for this. Next time, we will see the Montana-based team clash with Chris as they test the experimental Gundam. They will run into a live combat simulation as they fight Zeon. And you horny dogs get to see Chris in a towel. Is this what you want? But that will do it for now, new types. Remember that Chris is the one carrying EFF when it comes to the Great Gundam Waifu Wars. Chris is superior. Peace.